This is Monty. He usually teaches children. Today he is trying to bake bread. He thinks he is a master. Our guide thinks he should probably go back to the classroom. Is it bread? Is it a disaster? It's a city tour you don't want to miss.
Hey guys,
Day 3 in Tashkent and free city tour with Dan and Monty. So let's go.
before 1865, this is when our association with the Russian culture began.
We booked the free walking tour with Guruwalk, but before we even started exploring the city, Tandur gave us a really interesting introduction to the history and geography of Uzbekistan. So before diving into the streets, we first got a deeper understanding of the country. And then we were ready to explore Tashkent.
Yuri Gagarin. He was the first man in space, right? Yeah.
Yes.
But the city is very green.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the Soviet urban planning. It had, it used to be greener
Yeah.
even.
These buildings are built in the 50s or 60s? 50s, 60s. Yeah.
You can tell.
So these are the oldest parts here in Tashkent. How the people lived here before the earthquake, and then they modernized the most parts of the cities. It's the middle of the city, but it's quite quiet, I would say. I think if you have a house here, you have a high quality of life. Okay, the houses are not very modern, but you don't know how they are inside. The station is built for the space program, so there should be somewhere a sign because the Americans and the Soviet Union met in space. Cosmohapatat.
You can play around with them a little bit.
Yeah, really very nice surface.
It's amazing.
It feels a bit like you're on a metro station on the moon, you know?
Because there is a second line above us. There are two original lines which were built in the Soviet period.
Interesting fact here, the bookshelf, you can take books at every metro station. Take it to the metro, read, and then just return it on the next when you go out. It's quite funny. Dried raisins, they are really huge, and they all grow these fruits here in the country.
Wow.
So it's big agriculture. Because my region at home is also apples and grapes. But we do a lot of wine.
Cider.
We do a lot of wine and cider, yeah. But cider is not so, it's very unhealthy, you know. Very nice Arabic gate. Yeah, this is interesting. What is it? Because it tastes very...
It's like pecorino or feta.
I had it yesterday, thank you.
No, you didn't. It's cheese.
It's the same,
No,
like
it's
the
different.
candy?
It's
No?
different. No. The king of the Uzbek cuisine.
The fat they use, what is it?
There can be three types of different oil.
Okay.
The standard sunseed oil, cotton oil with fat,
Cotton oil? Okay.
cotton oil with sheep's fat,
Okay.
olive oil with healthy plov. Of course, it's a joke. Healthy plov is a joke.
Yeah.
So it depends. And
How much is one bluff here?
it's like 40,000.
40,000.
It's like 3 euros.
But yesterday we paid 70,000
Yeah, we had like 70. So it's like
Where did you pay? Where did you buy?
in Plov Museum.
Kebab or shashlik, as we call it here. Normally it's beef, mutton, or chicken.
And this is liver.
This is liver. Chicken is the
You know, funny fact, last year I was in Ulaanbaatar and there was, they wanted to provide vegetarian food and the vegetarian food was chicken. Haggis, and what is it made of?
it's rice and animal offal.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I love it. It's like kimchi, right?
Not kimchi. This is hanom.
Hanom?
Hanom is Uzbek vegetarian lasagna.
Oh wow.
Really
Wow.
nice.
So think about the noodles were invented by the Chinese and the lasagna by the Uzbeks. So the Italians, they don't have nothing.
Yeah, nice, yeah.
At the bazaar, Dan told us a lot about the local cuisine. And for me, as a bit of a foodie, that was obviously pretty interesting. He also shared insights about traditions and everyday life in Uzbekistan. And then Monty had his big moment. He actually got to bake traditional bread himself.
I see already he will burn the bread. Wow. Action. How much is one bread here?
5,000.
5,000.
And that all, the bread has to have some.
I'm just filming, I'm already sweating here. It's so hot here.
Yeah, but
And only the middle.
this place is a paradise. Guys.
Yeah, but this.
Yeah. Photo, yeah, for sure. It's video, no photo. Yeah, yours is nicer.
Yeah, mine is bad.
So now, stick it. Yeah, it's very cool. And now we stick it in the oven.
Yes.
Yeah.
The last touch is to apply dry milk on top. Dry milk. They have a sponge there and there.
Ah,
And
okay.
stick it. They use this thing, a round thing. They stick it to the top or the sides of the oven.
Oh, there are no breads. Oh yeah, here there are the breads inside. It's interesting how they stick here in the oven. Oven is gas fired.
Она видит профессиональный блогер.
Oh. Now we are having a coffee and bread. Bread Monty
In the coffee
made.
place, yes, in the coffee place at the back side of the bazaar.
Yeah. I don't know, it's like a sauna place as well. I think so. Oh, nice. They make shadow for us.
After the coffee and Monty's bread, which was actually really good, although it looked a little bit English, we continued our tour. From there, we explored parts of the old town, recently renovated with the small water channel running through the middle. We also visited a mosque and a new Islamic center, and learned even more about the culture and traditions of Uzbekistan. And overall, the tour was really interesting. Dan was a great guide, and I can definitely recommend doing a Guruwalk tour. I've done it in a few cities already, and it's always a great way to understand a place better. And honestly, after they took my drone at the border and almost kicked me out of the stadium, I didn't really have the best first impression of Uzbekistan. But by the end of this day, things actually changed. Tashkent and we kind of made peace. It's definitely a city worth visiting, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot more to see in Uzbekistan, which I unfortunately didn't have time for. But the next day, it was already time to move on again. I had to slowly make my way back home, and since Russia didn't work out, this became my alternative route. So next stop, Baku, Azerbaijan. And I have a feeling that things won't be completely smooth either. Have you ever done a free walking tour with Guruwalk in another city? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.